cashed in on my promises. You know I'm too generous. Now I've learned to never help you out. 'Cause I'm done cleaning up your mess. Found myself in my regrets. I've become a little stronger now. A little stronger now. Cashed in on my promises. You know I'm too generous. Now I've learned to never help you out. 'Cause I'm done cleaning up your mess. Found myself in my regrets. I've become a little stronger now. A little stronger.
Open eye, feel the waves cut through me. Hypnotized by the sounds I'm breathing in. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights paint the skies, all because of you. Dripping lights paint the skies, only you can make me move. Can make me move. Can make me can make me.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. broken alone. I feel the rain crashing down. All around this empty town, we're searching for the lost and found. But you don't care, you're unaware. Keep moving like the scars aren't even there. It's in the air, like a blazing flare. Don't stare, cause the flames will burn us. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. I used to kiss your head when you cried for me. Hold your hand while the pain was over. Keep you warm by the roaring sea. You meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. My darling dear, you're never here. When I'm in pain, you hide and disappear. Like shadows in the atmosphere, charting the stratosphere. Yeah. I prayed for you and kept you near, in hopes you'd chase away my fears. I'm on my own, you made it so, and now I'm chasing nightmares through. I used to run with you through the great big leaves, laugh at you when you laugh at me. Hope for us because I believe the home was just you and me. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me.
Do you remember how you held me then? Now you got me reaching out. And do you see you got me falling in more times than I can get out? Down in the deep of my mind, I call for you and you're always inside. Down in the deep of my mind, how long do I got to keep you, to keep you? Down in the deep of my mind, I call for you and you're always inside. Down in the deep of my mind, trying so hard not to keep you, to keep you. Oh, you make me wanna talk back to you. Say it like that. If I hate you, then find someone new. Baby, but you know I never will.
Hey, what is up, everybody? Welcome here to the stream as we get ready for the Predator Warzone Showdown, where today we're going to be competing for the very last batch of the prize pool, the 2,500 Rand that is going to be essentially given out after this competition. And that's it. That's 20,000 Rand in cash that has been handed out over the course of 8 weeks. I'd like to welcome each and every single one of you here to the stream today. I can't wait to get this one going. I'm feeling the hype. I'm feeling essentially, you know what? We've got so many good players. And we've seen so much great action over the past few weeks, but today is where they settle the score. It is the culmination of the series, and we have 3 fantastic streamers also that will be presenting to you from our side of things. But if you want to be able to check out their channels, we've got that in the description below. Make sure that you're supporting local. Drop them a comment, drop them a hi. You know what we want to be able to do here. Spread the love with ACGL before we get into this. And as we get to highlight, we've got the teams ready. I believe we're just waiting for a couple more players to get in, but I want to find out from you, who do you think is going to be able to take the title here today? If you guys want to be able to check out the bracket, all you have to do is head over to acgl.co.za/Predator Warzone, or Predator WZ rather, and you'll be able to check out that bracket. And from that side, get an understanding of who's playing here today. Of course, we've got 3 games that we're going to be jumping into where teams are going to be competing not only for eliminations. This is not just a kill race, ladies and gentlemen. If anything, it's the furthest thing from it. This is all the players going into one lobby and competing head to head. And that means that the stakes have been risen, and to be honest, it's a much slower but much more difficult game. So the players are going to have to pace themselves, make sure that they're ready. But for right now, let's reiterate, with that prize pool, it is going to be 2,500 Rand and cool hard cash that will be awarded to the top 2 teams. So it's rather unforgiving here. 1,500 Rand to first place. Second place going to get themselves that 1,000 Rand in cash. And right now, let's just do a quick browse through. I just want to have a look and check on our streamers. So first up, I believe on our streamer list will be Kelly Serenity. So from her side of things, we'll have her POV. Then further from that, we've got the Flea Juice ready to go, ready to rock it out. We'll also be having a gameplay view from our side directly. And then last but definitely not least,
actually, I also
it's going to be
Happy
Gaming, who's one of the top players, I've got to say, that I've seen in terms of the streamer scene so far. One of the very first players also to get 1,000 wins on the board. So some really top competition. So I can't wait to see what they're going to be able to do. And can't wait to see the rollout. Of course, we've got next week, I believe, Warzone is completely changing its face. It's getting a little bit of a facelift, and I think it's going to be a very, very interesting season ahead. Hopefully, let's pray to the Warzone gods. We're going to be able to get our spectator tool, because I think that will change the game entirely. For right now, keeping an eye on things, and I see a couple of the players are in here. You guys are watching the chat. You're watching what essentially who's joined the lobby, who's ready to go. And I'm sure some of you are keeping an eye out on exactly who's going to be able to pick up those first kills on the leaderboard here today. Round number 1 has been absolutely crucial for some of these teams, and there's a couple of big names. So maybe just running through them. We've got BFB, we've got Blitzkrieg, we've got Collateral Damage, EZAF, and I don't want to read out that abbreviation. We've got Fleeb Squeezers, we've got G8C, Ace, Yard, Doof, Aerial Warzone, Astra Infinite, DNMK, LKM, MLG Black, Unknown, and Wolver, or Volver. I'm Not too sure which one you want to be able to pronounce that as, is the Afrikaans or the English. We can juggle that up. But for right now, those are the squads that are competing here today. Once again, if you want to let us know in the chats, who are you backing in this one? To be honest, a couple of teams that are going to be striking my fancy. To be honest, Collateral Damage, very, very strong in their own right. We've seen them stand true time and time again. DNMK, apologize for that. Such a good squad. And then further, we've got Astra Infinite, we've got GHC. There's so many good names out there. And to be honest, one of the teams I want to keep an eye on out here, aside from the streamer teams, of course, is also Easy AF. Such a fantastic squad. But it looks like we should be set to go any second now. Once again, bringing that up. 2,500 Rand in cash up for grabs. So let's check in with our streamers, see how what they're getting up to.
Skittele. Farmer workdays then off almost.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to make your own loadouts.
Ben!
I did.
And I was like morbid.
I'm just saying, if you guys want to bang my mom, she's like 58, so...
Fantastic
young,
banter
dude. What the
currently
hell?
taking place, ladies and gentlemen. As we have that from all of the players. So, I see from Hard Rock already saying easy for the Wolver. And let's see if that rings true here today. So, we're just waiting for this lobby to be able to kick off. I believe we should be able to do that soon. I'm not too sure if our admin has an update for us. Going to give them an extra minute because Kelly's team isn't in. So, let's just quickly check up on Kelly and see what they're getting up to that side. Let's see if
My
they're
dad
in.
got attacked by a dog and I had to go take him quickly. He just got back in time for it. And oh my gosh, my nose. What dog? Is he okay?
It looks like they might be in. I'm not too sure. Just waiting for them to get in at the moment.
That's been...
Alright, so our
Yeah, so
admin
it's
should
every
be able
Friday,
to reach out if
basically.
needed. And for right now, we're going to just have to wait on their side of things because it does look like we've got 68 players, which, let me do some quick maths here, ladies and gentlemen. 16 times 4, 64. So that should be the number required, I think. So I think they might be in. So we're just going to wait from our admin side of things to get this one going. And we'll be able to jump into game number 1 in a very, very short while. It is going to be an intense one. And to be honest, I had to catch my breath there. I was getting a little bit excited because it is an exciting day. It is the very last Predator Warzone, which is a bit sad. But I think the game is going to completely change when we go into next week. We've, of course, got the Cold War variation. And not too much has been said just yet. But I think we're in for a ride, ladies and gentlemen. We'll make sure from our side, from ACGL, that we keep you guys entertained, but we also give you some action. So watch this space for a couple of announcements. I think we should have something for you guys next week that you can get excited about. And we'll have to wait and see. We are going to kick things off in the holiday season in a good style. But for right now, just waiting to jump in. And you guys, of course, tune in to ACGL, where we've got the Predator Warzone Showdown. And if you guys want to be able to essentially spread the word, make sure you head over to socials, hashtag PredatorWZ, and share the word there, please. Ladies and gentlemen, it does a massive help for us. It does look like game lobby closed, so there is more than likely a little bit of a glitch with the lobby in terms of the start. And it does seem that we're going to need to go for a restart there from our side of things. So we're just going to hold tight and make sure that we can get the lobby set up and ready. And I'm sure our admin, I believe it's going to be Rafiki, will get those invites out to all of the teams so we can make sure that we're in as soon as possible and start this bad boy up. As we can just make sure, I'm just double checking on our side of things. Yeah, our admin has started to invite us in the brand new lobby. Unfortunately for us, a little bit of a slow start here today, but hey, these things happen from time to time. And then I want to hear some feedback from your guys' side. Are you guys enjoying the custom lobbies? Do you enjoy the kill races? What is your favorite? Because I think a lot of people like the kind of public aspect, the fast pace aspect when it comes down to kill race, whereas it's a much slower game altogether when it comes down to essentially these custom lobby situations. Because one of the things that I've noticed is that everybody has been saying, listen, can we get rid of Juggernaut at this point in time? And from our side of things, we're making sure that we can follow CDL rules to the best of our ability. It is in the game. We need to make sure that we can utilize it. And to be honest, if you're one of the first one, then kudos to you. And if you can pair that with a vehicle, I think you might just be a little bit unstoppable. But it's going to require coordinated effort from the players as well. When they see those Juggernaut players on the field, guys, take out the Jug. You know you want to. It's if you see two players shooting at one another and there's a Juggernaut on the pitch, turn your attention to the Jug. I think it's the right move to make. But for right now, we actually saw that taking place last week, where I believe one of the teams that we're on board with had the Juggernaut, and essentially they just got picked off by everybody in the lobby because they realized the potential threat, especially going into the late game. If you've got an extra health advantage as well as a positional advantage, then you pretty much got that one covered. So it looks like we got 59 players in the lobby. It does look like we're pretty much good to go. And it says that, looks like I got a report in from our admin. It does look like there's a couple of technical issues that it didn't start with the lobby, so we'll make sure that this next one can get up. Once again, everybody, welcome to the chat. It has been a little bit of a rocky start here for game, or well, rather week number 8, as we're just waiting for this lobby to be able to kick off. But once again, sit back, relax, make sure you've got your drink of choice. It is Friday after all. And we're going to have a really good start to this weekend with some good old Predator Warzone action here today. We've got some fantastic players, some great teams. And to be honest, the thing that I've really enjoyed about this series is that we've started to get an idea of who the better teams are in the league, or rather in the series, but also who these up-and-coming teams are. To be honest, one of the teams that I really wanted to be able to see here today was, let me get their name right. Help me here in chat. It was the enemies of Globo Gym. It's a trivia question. It was the enemies of Globo Gym. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It is, of course, Average Joes that I believe ended up coming out on top in week number 5. And unfortunately not going to be joining us here today. They didn't manage to make the qualifiers, so that means that they're going to find themselves essentially sitting on the sidelines and left to spectate this one. But from our side of things, we're going to make sure from next week, Wednesday, I believe, there are a couple of custom lobby tournaments that are going to be participating in. So registrations for those as well will be very confined. So essentially, we're going to need to try fill the lobby as much as possible. And if you don't make the registration cut, unfortunately, we're going to have to leave you there onto the waiting list, because that's a little bit of a difference between the Warzone Wednesdays. We can really open that to, hey, 100 teams if we need to. Whereas when it comes down to the custom lobbies, there is a restriction essentially of how many teams that we can get in. So make sure that you get yourself registered. If you're watching this now, those tournaments are actually up on the website. Head over to acgl.co.za. But for right now, does look like the streamers are about to jump in.
Yeah, we're going in. Every single car is pretty much high level.
Tactically, like, I mean, if you want to land hot and get kills, but we get points for placement and kills.
All right, so Fleeb giving the call out to his teammates, and he's 100% correct that they will get points for placement as well as kills.
Deployed shortly.
And Happy Gamer.
I'm not gonna break any attention from the game, dude.
No, I'm just saying that if you do, like, you can if you want to, but just mute them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm closing the stream as well for like a focus. Sorry, I just lost the view.
I have got a big head, bro.
All right, so Happy Gaming off to the start there on his side of things.
Actually now why my shoulders sore. It's probably not.
Have a look at Kelly and from their side to see what they're getting up to.
I'm not getting any notifications saying it's stuttering, so... Alright, let's see how this goes. Good luck!
All
no
right.
lag on your side, Donnie? Okay, cool.
Good lucks will be
Thanks,
shared.
Average Mike! It looks stuttery on my side. Are you sure, Donnie?
So let's stay on board with Kelly and see what they're going to be able to get off to on their landing. And I'll leave it over to them as we get ourselves set up on stream with the very first team that we're going to jump on board with. Who knows? It could be one of the participating teams here today.
My stream is definitely lagging.
People in that building?
Broke one already.
All right, so it does look like Serenity from their side of things went just outside of the cul-de-sacs between Fire Station as well. And it does look like they're going to get themselves some action early on here. So let's keep an eye on
I
things.
cracked one. One's cracked.
And they're getting some early good shots coming in here at the moment.
They got a trophy in there. Careful.
And I've got some fortunate news. It does look like we'll be able to jump on board with our first spectator team, who's found themselves actually inside the gulag already. So we'll keep an eye on things on that side.
He's raising. He's raising. I dinked him twice.
Got down another one.
But some good work coming in here from Serenity early on,
I've got
getting
them.
some
If they
shots
run out,
in from
they're pretty
range.
screwed. One down,
There
down,
we go,
down,
gets
down.
it down, and that's absolutely crucial now here for their team, as that's going to allow them to go through with a push. And you can see the player on that right-hand side. I believe that is, if I can have a look here, is that Cranks going to be able to make his
One's
way
going
in?
down. Careful.
I'm reloading. I need to I down him.
All right, so two of their
Knock
players
in,
get
another
knocked
one's
down,
pushing
so Serenity's going to go in for the push. He does have the Uzi in hand. Tries to make the window. There's the follow-up.
They're still top. I don't have any ammo anymore to fight.
Says they're still on top side at the moment.
I can drop your AR. No, I can't. Sounds like they're raising another one.
No AR ammo left available
They
at
raised
the
two.
moment, but it does look like a precision airstrike has been called down. And that means that they're pretty much contained inside this building. So they've got a little bit of work to do from their side of things, trying to essentially play this one slow, waiting outside the bottom side of the staircases
Haven't
here.
seen the long time.
Their teammates coming back.
Behind me, behind me. He
Serenity
pushed
gets
out.
knocked down from behind. And we'll get
Pushed
finished
out.
off. So to the gulag she'll go. So let's check in with Fleeb and see what he's getting up to from their side of things.
Who's Happy's team?
Just.
Alright, it does look like they've made their way outside of Quarry, and as we bring up that circle at the moment, does look like they've found themselves a little bit of distance up, but nothing too crazy at this point in time. So they're going to have to rotate their way forward. Let's check in with Happy Gaming and see what he's getting up to. So Happy comes back outside of the gulag.
Pulled us melee again, so I'm thinking we go down.
Okay, yeah.
Let's do them.
You got to. You have a scav here, yeah?
Yeah, let's go for the scav directly, I think.
Cool.
Alright, and as they land their way in, it does look like we're on board on our other side of things with our gameplay. With, I believe this is Gravity, as well as 80 Boy. So I'll double check with that and just see exactly what team that is before we cross over.
Yeah, not bad, not bad. Considering we have a reset here, I think we're fine.
Yeah.
As they call in from their teammate, yes, they do get themselves a reset, so they've got a little bit of work to do still to get their two teammates in. So you can see why they go for the scab. They're trying to get the cash back in the pocket just so that they can buy their teammates back into this one. For right now, I'm still just trying to find out exactly what team
Can you just get this box here, Paul, when you come up?
Okay,
that
you'll
we
enough money to buy
have
That box should have like
on
4K
our spectator
in it,
view.
Yeah, 100%. You'll buy it over here and over here. So back one. Dab's definitely a safer bet.
We're in the circle. Not alone.
Alright, let's check back with Serenity and see if
Another
they managed to make it through
That's
that
good.
massive drop that they had early on.
The guy that downed you, I don't know how he survived. His edge was running into the
I was unlucky. I moved at the wrong time.
I can feel the rust trying to play fucking rusty as
Yeah, I think all of us are rust because nobody's really been playing.
well. I think.
But I don't think I've had a game.
Alright, let's see if they're going to be able to brush off that rust. It does look like she's going to be able to pick up the Witching Hour sniper rifle. I believe that's a thermal as well, so going to be able to
Preston,
at least
can
pick
you
up
check
players
if
on
I'm
the early on
lagging?
side of things.
See, I'm pushing tab. That's how long it's been, bro. There we go. 3 kills.
For right
Let's quickly
now,
get Craig back.
looks like Gravity is being hunted on our gameplay screen. So with all teammates down, he's got a little bit of work to do.
I'm leaving my
And
money
let's
on the
jump on
bus
board with
already.
him. All right, it does look like we don't have audio on that side, so let me just quickly sort that out for you guys, and we can jump back on board with Gravity, who's left all alone at this point in time.
Yeah.
Can we?
And there we go. We are on board with Gravity currently, who's sitting on the top of the staircase. He's currently being hunted, and there are players directly underneath him. Might be a good time to actually pick up that dead silence. I'm not too sure if that ammo box is going to do too much for him. It does look like the players have made their way up high. Gravity essentially now needs to try run his way out of the situation, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen for him as Gravity gets put down. And that means that his teammates are going to have all the work to do, but I believe they're also taken out of the game, if I do stand corrected. We're just going to see who we're going to jump on board with next. No, it does look like they've actually made their way back. As oh, he gets him back actually just in time. He had the target on his back. And talk about coming up clutch there, does Gravity.
Movement!
So spotting players from underneath. We're currently on board with Gravity. Spots, well, at least there was a call out coming towards that fire station that there were players there on that side of things. As his teammates try to make their way forward. Phantom Ninja diving in from top side, and eventually it's going to be AD Boy that tries to make his way in through the window. A little bit of a fail of a parachute there from his side of things. And Ninja eventually makes his way towards rooftop. They've actually elected to go for what looks like a bounty, which is a little bit of an interesting target. I mean, if we have a little bit of a look at the map at the moment, it does look like that team that they pinged out a little bit earlier have left the vicinity. And if they're going to be able to pick up anything here, I think they might want to be able to go here for the supply run. It might not be a bad option in terms of being able to try bring their teammate back. In terms of trying to get cash in the back pocket, I think there's a couple of difficult tasks ahead of them. Most wanted is also quite tricky, but they do go for the ping out for the buy. They might have enough money already, and yes, they do. And they're going to be able to bring Gravity back up.
Target right here!
Alright, so far, does look like the squad is going to make their way toward... Actually, they're going towards their loadout first and foremost, but they'll also ping this one out, so who knows, they might be able to pick up a couple of kills here.
Light vehicle here.
I'm hit.
Does look like AD Boy without any plates in the back pocket will get himself tagged up early on here as they still try to provide oversight. Let's check in with Kelly Serenity and see what she is getting up to on her end.
Oh, is the father late to his appointment?
I can hear.
The guys that we killed earlier, it's they're your bounty, hey?
Does look like Kelly got
Cerberus
taken out, and it doesn't look too good for them at the moment. They've got two of their 4 players out of the game, but it does look like, I believe that's Crank.
Crank almost has enough for another inning.
Has an opportunity to be able to bring back one of their players into the game. And they still have a bounty up on Cerberus, so let's cross over to Fleeb and see what the juice that is being squeezed.
There's another one.
Alright, Fleeb Juice currently sitting with 0 kills as we do have 51 players left in the game at the moment.
They just raised the...
Make that 52 as he correctly calls out that somebody got brought back.
We get up top for safety.
So inside downtown at the moment, it does actually look like the team that we're spectating directly is in downtown as well. So who knows, that we might see those two paths collide. Let's cross over to Happy Gaming and see if they're anywhere nearby.
This chopper?
Can we go?
We're gonna go. No, it's fine. Stop lingering on it. Yeah, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Alright, so on top of airport at the moment, they decided to go for the recon, and wisely so. If they pull this off, they get a little bit of an earlier indication rather on exactly where that circle is going to be.
Cover all angles, eh?
However, it will alert players in the nearby vicinity. They go for the quick secure, and it's relatively quick, and there we go.
This is going to be train station. Train station on that hill.
Let's confirm it, guys. Let's get another recon.
I like that call out. They go for another recon here. That's going to give them a little bit more information. It's one of the things that we've seen quite regularly from the veteran teams, is that they go for those recons. They give them an idea of what is the best position to try rotate from, and what is the predicted path of those rotations. Because if you manage to get an idea of where the most traffic of this plane left, especially if you're leaving that plane late, it gives you an idea of where that spread of the map is, and then picking up that recon gives you that advantage of saying, hey, we can really play for that final placement, which is the big points in the game.
I need self-revive it.
Yeah.
I'm seeing shots. Where am I seeing these shots from?
No, it's across the map.
Okay.
Alright, it does look like supply choppers are in, so let's jump aboard once again with Serenity from their side of things. Does look like she's back in the game as they have all 4 players left alive.
Okay, I'll grab this from me.
Also, it does look like the in-game event will be the supply choppers,
Don't mind.
which can be absolutely crucial if you're able to pick up one of those. Even to be honest, if you're able to get yourself a gas mask and double back, even if it's with a chopper, it's a really great use to be able to try and pick up those choppers. It's a little bit risky.
Hey,
you have to time it correctly. But for right now, Serenity and Co. not looking too bad. I believe one of their teammates had 4 eliminations on the board.
They're jumping off.
On where? On green.
Yeah, I've pinged them.
Tempted snipes at range. Ooh, tries to get the player
drop
dropping down.
They drop
Is
down.
that
They're getting
not
shot at.
Fleeb? I think they pointed out it a little bit earlier. I think that's Fleeb Juice's squad. And at the moment, it does look like they're getting hit from multiple angles at the moment. And it's going to be Fleeb that's trying to bounce his way out of the situation. 2 of his teammates are down. Actually make that 3. Goes into the drop shot. Will be able to come up with 1 and comes up with the finish. And it does look like the shotty, the Dragon Breath, will get whipped out here as Fleeb Juice gets reduced to the gulag. I'm not too sure. Alright, so they place in 16th, so the only chance of them getting back into this one is if there is a prison break. And as they drop out at 16th place, a very, very tight
just
finish
get
for them.
Just get in, hey?
Got a armor box for us?
I'm good for now,
Alright, so does look like we've got a little bit of a connection issue there with Serenity, so let's jump on board with Happy Gaming. Wow, look at that, they get themselves full recon, and it's an understanding that everything is going down at train station.
Let's just land it. Yeah, he's lining up. I'm
Looks like they're going full on attack here. They want to claim the roof. They understand how important this placement position is here for their team.
He's on fall off.
Picks up 1, gets elimination.
Nice.
Not the same guy, I don't think.
Wait,
Airstrike's on us.
I think so.
Yeah, it is. It's on the fucking... They're probably here. That's here.
Guys, look up. They come up behind you.
Good communication across the board as they do get the call out that the players are coming up from behind.
Let's move up. Oh, someone's done the bunker. We need to check the zip line.
Yeah, they're in here.
I've got
Alright, seems like they've made call-outs at players on low side here. Stun grenade will get thrown out. It does look like he's going to be able to use that Dragon Breath shotgun to be able to come with the kill.
Let Love go first, he's got a drift.
Yeah, he's first. Oh, flashed.
Now to follow up with the rest of the crew. A player walks in, goes for the challenge. What a brave player that is.
Watch out, his mine.
But the mine connects, and that means that a couple of players will need to filter back and pick up some plates themselves.
They're pushing again.
Go back up.
Yeah, let's go.
It comes out. Yeah, let's go to the top.
Oh shit, man. Fuck Kelly.
Alright, that answers the question as to why we had a little bit of a disconnect in the stream a little bit early on. They come outside and they get tagged immediately.
Tap him. I down the other guy.
We have to check here.
Running inside the plate.
A lot of action outside this airport, so who knows, there might be a couple of other teams here that have also picked up the recons.
Good shit.
I think I potentially heard people beneath us, huh?
No, probably right.
Yeah, just keep high ground, boys. Keep high ground. Don't leave high ground. We literally win this game if we just hold this.
Yep.
Dude, I've got a snipe up here. I'm not taking the shot.
It's we can work closer that way.
Yeah,
we can set up. Yeah.
Yes.
We can set up. Yeah.
Just unmark it. Wait, unmark it. It's like a little bit distracting.
Cool, but you saw it.
Yeah.
Car coming in back underneath me.
Yeah. Chill.
Wow, it does look like this is going to be a hot spot for the end of the game. It does look like there's a couple of teams that either pick up recons or it's just happenstance that they ended up outside the train station at the moment.
Is that the buy station at the bottom?
Yeah.
Oh, they're gonna come up, eh? They're gonna come up.
Yeah, right here. Right there.
Does look like Hulkman spotted out the player. The sniper rifles will come out for the long range engagement.
Down him.
Okay, cool. This is a bit of a push.
We should capitalize on this.
Yes. Yeah. Sniper.
One on the left, yeah.
Okay, you guys.
Unfortunately, Happy Gaming not going to be able to connect with the sniper shots there, but they decide to go for the push. So, this is either a great opportunity for the opposition to try play this positional height advantage. They try to come up with the revive. The player, you can expect, is more than likely plating up at the moment as they try to go on a full engagement. They will be able to come up with 2 downs, which is absolutely massive for their team.
I'm with you, Wes.
Looks like Happy Gaming will get tagged up. We'll try to go for the revive and talk about teammates coming up clutch when they need to.
At the bottom right here, by us.
Why is the down so fucking slow?
Comms?
Yeah, I don't know what the down's for.
Okay, we can.
Guys, don't get tunnel vision.
No, we won't.
This is the dudes that are below us.
Okay, I'm going to check the other side.
We have to check behind.
Watch out.
Down.
Wait.
Someone's shooting us there.
They have found their way within essentially their recon information circle.
Okay, cool. Good shit.
Guys, I'm just gonna hold you. On my left.
Hulk, I'm coming to you.
I'm pulling back, don't worry. I'm pulling back.
You gotta love the comms, ladies and gentlemen. To be honest, it's almost you don't want to commentate over it because it's really good in terms of how they keep in the communication of what angles they're watching, where they're going to be able to mark out players. So using those visuals as well as audio comms. Let's check on board with. Oh, I wanted to say Serenity, but unfortunately we can't really check on board with them. Right now we still have our team that we're spectating. There's only 1 player left, but there's much more action on screen at the moment, so we'll keep it with us.
Okay. Do we
with
maybe
Happy
want to
Gaming.
take to that side, 2 of us?
I think so. I think we all should go there.
Oh no, okay, 1 sniper and me.
So from their side of things, they're just going to try and lock down this train station, make sure that they can almost challenge anybody that comes up against them. It might find them, however, pinched on either side. So that's why you can see them spreading themselves out. They're going to commit 2 players to the far, I believe that is the
eastern if we just hold this. That's all.
Side as well as the western side of this train station.
Yeah, I got a killer.
Cool. Checking.
It's going to be very difficult to challenge this squad up on the roof.
Guy dropping in over here. Yeah, he's on SOS. So thank you so much for the follow. Guys, I can't look at the LEDs and stuff. I'm busy mid-competition, so any requests are going to be very slow, and return calls are going to be slow. Apologies, guys.
All good.
Right, so as they hold on here, it's going to be a tough challenge. I just want to see quickly if Leave Juice is spectating anyone. No, they've actually doubled back to the lobby. Serenity is currently offline, unfortunately, as she gets her connection reset.
Like strafe around West if they
So we'll hold on board with Happy Gaming as they try to make sure that they can hold down this mountain that is this train station.
Yeah. My movement's like jittery.
It's all good, man.
So that I'm not like consistent.
Yeah, I think it's
just shout if you need help. Just shout if you need help, okay?
Fairly sure I hit somebody beneath me.
It's about to get noisy.
Alright, so
I'm gonna just jump across here.
Jumping in, right here.
Does look like players are making their way forward outside train station. Players are dropping in from the gulag. They're trying to get them at range. It does look like somebody will get tagged at range, but it's not going to follow up with the down just yet.
Soldier inbound. Do you hear that?
Yeah, it was them. Guys, they was moving across to range.
Oh yeah, they're right you guys.
We're rotating.
Alright, so the call-out's coming in that there are actually players nearby, so they're going to need to make their way forward here. And it does look like one of them will get down.
That's fine. Just play.
Where is he? Sorry?
On top of us, yeah?
He's on Hulk. Covering.
Wait, Happy. Careful.
There was 2. It was slicking someone else.
Dropping in.
Enemy UAV overhead.
Yeah, there.
Player gets tagged on top side. Will Happy Gaming go for the challenge here? It does look like he's going to get some shots from range here. One of them will get taken down, so that's the second player that gets down.
Watch out.
And there we go. The self-revive for Happy is available.
Oh my god.
Hulkman is still alive for their team.
Let's go.
Precision airstrike will come in, and there we go. It's going to be Happy Gaming getting knocked down. Will that send to the gulag?
Yeah, they're shooting from across the way, dude.
Hostiles in the area.
Are you all ready?
And this is the trouble. Once you set yourself up in the highest point of the map, you become the target most susceptible to airstrikes, but also susceptible to opponents' viewpoints.
He's on you when you're right.
Yeah.
So a bit of work here to do, does Hulkman.
This is due to give me heads.
As he needs to try and make his way towards the buy station. Will the opposition make their way forward towards it to try and protect it? He's trying to approach it cautiously.
Do it from the left side there.
And he moves his way. Oh, he gets shot at range!
I got one back.
Got one.
So it's just Happy
just
that
holding
gets his way back in.
Yeah, it's unlucky.
That's very, very
that's
smart
okay.
play coming in
Still
from
got
the
you back.
opposition,
Are
though.
they, are they, is it safe?
Out
up
there,
here?
out there, out there.
Oh, fuck.
I think there's. I wiped one. I don't, oh, no, you killed him, right?
I killed the guy prone. Got shot from range.
Yeah, and I killed him.
Shots at range. It's going to be very difficult for Happy, who now needs to try clutch up.
Get your shit, boy.
Jesus.
He's all by himself. Will be able to pick up that vest. Gets
You
it full
might
plated,
need to
basically.
rat this out. Just be careful.
And you
And
also
now
have
with the
fucking
sniper
money
rifle
to
also
buy
in
that,
hand, he'll be able to play the range engagements.
safe
But
buy?
in terms of cash, he's got
I think the
10k
safest
back.
one will be that side.
It's so far
Right,
away
that's
though,
fucking
that
blue
buy
building where
station.
These guys over here.
That means
They're
he
buying at
needs
it.
to get his way
Maybe
all
just
the way
check it
across
out
and
for a second
probably
and
needs to
have a
do it on the ground, because to be honest, trying to move from up high, there's so many eyes in towards this
I guarantee
area.
this isn't safe. Like, Smoky and them are going to come up here.
Yeah, 100%.
That came from underneath you, eh? Careful.
What do you guys rate?
Let's it out.
For now. Play slow for now. So this is what I would do. Play slow. All
I would go hard, yeah. Not even shooting you. I got prone there. Literally go there and prone.
Okay,
hide
so
this,
they're gonna
play
see
slow.
me.
And then I think Circle's gonna switch that side. Then you can maybe, if you get to a buyback, if you get the chance, you can get us up.
okay, so it does look like the strategy has come in from the team. They're giving the call out to
did
say
kill
that
another guy up here.
they're gonna rather just let Happy play for position and placement here. They are down to the top 11 teams, which, to be honest, for a squad of this caliber, is not really what they want to go for. They want to go for a higher placement here. Yes, they got a couple of good eliminations, but Happy Gaming is getting pegged down.
Happy.
We'll be able to come up with a down.
I know, it's all in them.
Ooh. And he says that is
Can jump
Zol
off on
and
the
them,
right.
and he's referring to GHC here, and that's Bravo, Zol, Act, and Squonky, some of the best players in the country. As he
Knocking
gets
Zol
himself
was a
low
good
and
move there.
rotates himself towards the circle, there is a buy station there. So
Stop the push.
this is going to be absolutely huge if he makes his way across here, and really needs to play. Now, when you're running away from an opposition, you need to play with cover behind you wherever possible. You need to use those running angles to make sure that if they're going to aim at you, that you've got some kind of cover that you can work with behind. But you got to expect that this buy station is going to be heavily watched at the moment. It is the only buy station inside the circle.
Gas is moving.
And Happy's going to try and make his way in here. He says, you know
You
what?
might be able to stick there.
He tries to go for this buy station. There are a couple of eyes outside of it, I think.
They're fighting inside.
Yeah, there's a guy looking at me from train.
Happy gives the call out that there is a player keeping eyes directly on him. He now makes his way towards a buy. Will he be able to get it in?
You might wanna
Sticks
run
to
after
one,
the tank.
sticks to two. Talk about your clutch player, ladies and gentlemen.
Two left.
Unfortunately, not going to be able to connect,
yeah,
and
yeah,
Happy
yeah,
goes
yeah,
down,
got the two,
but he
got the two.
still gets two back in.
Just the bait.
My gosh, a 2-for-1 switch. It's almost like dodgeball. Where are the average Joes right now?
Wait, maybe we should land here. Or there. No, that. I think that's the spot right there.
Okay, just
On
land
blue.
there first to see if there's any.
Careful, they are holding you here.
These guys in there.
Yeah.
The call out for landing will get made. They're going to go for a slow
Hold on.
drop here.
Maybe we can go underneath here
I'm going
if you want.
this way.
You get held up with one guns, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'm a bit low, yeah, I have to go down.
Right.
That's what I was afraid of, dude. I have to go down.
It does look like
Jesus.
Hulkman will get knocked down.
It's
They'll
easy.
finish
Remember,
in
guys,
8th
this is
placement
custom,
at the
so we're gonna
moment.
get beamed out, so we need to get down quick.
Yeah.
So we'll jump on board. Let me actually just quickly jump on board with Happy Gaming just to see who they're spectating from their side of
Yeah,
things.
this is you, Hulk, eh? You don't know
Yeah,
anything.
I got it, don't worry.
Cool.
Good, yeah.
We came 8th.
And we can double back and have a look here at the players that we're on board with earlier. It's Vibes Gravity from his side of things. He's all alone and trying to play for placement points here at the moment. And we're going to have to wait and see who is left alive here. The circle will rotate. We've got 6 teams all the way in this final 9th circle. Will be approaching soon. And 8th circle will close. Player starts to run away, turns around, gets some shots from behind. Looks like a player will die immediately directly in front of him. He's got to thank his lucky stars that somebody came up and tried to clutch. Gravity plays his right hand side here. Doesn't have a gas mask. Spots out the player. He will get eliminated. That's going to be Spartan on the board at the moment. So Spartan, I'm just trying to keep an eye on exactly who that might be for what team, as we'll jump on board with them as it transitions through. This is Aerial Warzone. Spartan, the last player left up for his team. He will get taken up by Zol, which is GHC. And I believe that is going to be GHC with the win. They get the last kill. They come out clutch when they need to. GHC on top. As they come out and, to be honest, they retook control of the train station. They maintained their dominance on the map. When those rotations came through to lower ground, it looks like they managed to hold their positions as a squad. And I do believe it is GHC because we saw, I believe it was the last kill on the board. And yes, that is Zol, as well as Squonky, Brabo, as well as Act that come out on top and secure game number 1. And to be honest, this is great. I haven't seen GHC kind of shine too many times when it comes down to custom lobbies, and this is now their opportunity to do exactly that. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to cut to intermission. We'll be back after the break.
The Helios 300 is the ideal laptop if you enjoy high-octane gameplay, mobility, and a machine filled to the brim with plenty of top-tier components, all aimed at the same goal: pure gaming glory. At the helm of Helios is the high-speed display. The color-rich IPS screen is 15.6 inches and has a 240Hz refresh rate with 3 millisecond overdrive response time. With a high refresh, frame rate will be smooth with no tearing, as long as you keep that frame rate high. High frame rate requires high-performing hardware, which, thankfully, there is plenty of. At the top of that list is the latest 6-core, 12-thread 10th Gen Intel Core i7 mobile processor and GeForce RTX 2070 with Max-Q design. You can also deck out the Helios 300 with up to 32 GB of DDR4 2933 MHz RAM, dual 1TB PCIe NVMe SSDs in RAID 0, and a 2TB hard drive for everything else. With Predator, we always put cooling first. With the 2020 model, we've added intakes to the top of the base to increase airflow, while continuing to include the most critical component, our 4th Gen Aeroblade 3D fans. Custom engineered, these fans have been built to maximize airflow while reducing overall noise, made possible through their bionic-inspired design. Some prefer to use their laptops as a mobile desktop replacement, so all the ports, such as Mini DP, HDMI 2.0, 3 USB 3.2 ports, and 1 USB Type-C, should give you plenty of access to your displays, gadgets, and more. Looking down from the display, we have the 4-zone Rgb keyboard with a few custom keys to take note of. Turbo, so you can overclock with a single press, and Predator Sense, giving you immediate access to our utility app where you can adjust fan speed, overclock, monitor temperatures, and many other useful functions. And that, in a nutshell, is the Helios 300. And if you want to know more, just check the links below. From all of us here at Predator, good game. The Predator Cestus 350 is the first wireless gaming mouse in the Cestus line, and maybe the next to find a home on your mousepad. But if you prefer wires, just plug in the USB Type-C cable. While plugged in, the mouse can reach up to a 0.5 millisecond response, or 1 millisecond while unplugged. But with speeds like these, you won't encounter any missed clicks or delays. This is mainly accomplished via the Pixart 3335 optical sensor, which contributes to the mouse in reaching up to a 50-hour battery lifespan. And if speed and tenacity is your thing, a DPI up to 16,000 awaits those with quick reaction times. Having more buttons is rarely a problem, and with 350, you have a total of 8 programmable buttons, 3 in the thumb area, forward, backward, and burst fire, while below the scroller is a DPI switcher, and another to access up to 5 profiles. If you want to modify your settings, just pop open Predator Quartermaster and tweak away. For more information, please check our website via the link below. From all of us here at Predator, good game.
Hey there everybody and welcome back to the action here today where we've got the Predator Warzone Showdown, and if you're just joining us, game number 1 was an absolute thriller as, well, we're on board with Happy Gaming, who tried to hold the rooftop of Train Station, but unfortunately for them, GHC were around the corner and ready to take fire, who also managed to roll out and take the game as well. So great performance from them. And now going into game number 2, rivalries have been set. The score has essentially been posted, and I'll make sure that I can read that off to you in terms of the gameplay. Once again, if you guys want to be able to check out some different POVs that we're jumping through, we're cycling through from our side of things, go show a couple of our local streamers some support. That's Kelly Serenity, as well as Happy Gaming, and of course, Fleeb Juice. So without further ado, I think it's time that we jump on board, maybe with some Fleeb Juice. Just since they got eliminated rather early, let's see where their plans to go, essentially on their first landing, will be.
Battle Royale. Mark a drop point for your team. You'll lead them in.
Alright, it does look like the circle's actually going to be quite a familiar start for them as it was previously. As the circle's looking very, very similar to one another, in all honesty. At the moment, it does look like Fleet Juice and the crew have decided exactly where they're going to be heading to.
Your teammates in the gulag. If they survive, they can redeploy.
And I do apologize if you're hearing a little bit of an overlay of audio. We'll make sure that we can get that cleared up from our side of things. And it should be better right now, as it does look like they might be heading towards Train Station. There is a bounty. There's also a scav there. So it does look like the teams are either prioritizing recons or scavs early on. I mean, yes, a bounty does help in terms of giving you an idea of where the opposition is. But we're going to just have to wait on this one to see who's going to be able to come out on top. It is going to be a very, very testing time as they head towards Train Station, or at least now Boneyard. Let's jump on board with Kelly and see what they're getting up to.
Me?
Alright, it does look like a very familiar landing for them as they end up going to almost exactly the same place.
That one's gonna stick.
And it does look like we've got some teams that we're going to be able to jump on board with. But before we do, let's check in with Happy and see where they've also landed.
Cool. I need that plate.
Wow, this actually looks very, very interesting because at the moment we've got Happy Gaming landing in the same environment as the team that we're currently spectating live from our side of things. So let's jump on board with them as Happy Gaming and the crew go on the hunt. Alright, so we're currently on board with Robsy, God Gabriel, Fancy, as well as Path of Puth. Very interesting name in its own right. I'm just double checking just to see which team this is. And this looks like it is Team Yard, that is Y-A-R-D, that we're currently watching from our side of things. They will be able to get the revive on one of their teammates. And they do have the Happy Gaming team relatively nearby. So they're going to have to play this one cautiously. At the moment, just having a look at the circle. Having a look at our streamer teams, we've got in Boneyard, that side of life, I believe we've got Fleeb Juice. Further along, I believe just outside the Promenade east side of things, we've got Serenity. And right here in Military Base, it does look like we've got the Happy Gaming crew. The helicopter might get picked up because it does look like two of his teammates have made their way towards the further side. And we'll do exactly that as Robbie picks up a plane. And it's going to be the squad that needs to dive their way out. Let's maybe cross the board with Happy Gaming and see what they're getting up to as they try to shoot down the chopper.
They'll be fucked for loot though, I think.
Did one actually fly in?
Yeah, must have. Let's move up together.
Yeah.
Alright, so they see the chopper go past. They're going to be able to pick up the scav as well. They're not too stressed from their side of things as... It does look like Team Yard have a little bit of work to do. They need to be able to get some loot. They don't have a lot of cash in the back pockets as all the high priority areas have kind of been taken at this point in time and controlled. So they've got to be able to find some cash and try get their own drop relatively soon to make sure that they can stay in this game. But they still have to wait for their teammate to come back in. For right now, Happy Gaming and Co, they're looking pretty comfortable at the moment with some decent cash in the back pocket among them. So they should be able to pick up a loadout drop as well.
I'll take it.
But just remember the buyback of EA. Just be careful.
All right, we gave a lot of attention to Happy Gaming in the previous game, so I want to jump on board with Fleeb and the team and see what they're going to be able to get up to. Outside Boneyard, the bounty is up. It's Fleeb Juice all by him. No, actually, he's spectating his teammate, rather.
You know, it's not the teams that play together kind of thing. I'd like to try and...
All right. So it does look like Fleeb, there is some positive news. Despite being taken out early, he gets himself a subscription for his efforts. So not too bad on that side of things. As it does look like Fleeb Juice will be left to be a spectator for right now, as his teammate has enough cash to get one of them back in. Who he decides to buy back in, we'll have to wait and see. Let's jump on board with Serenity, who's found herself in the gulag. And I always love the gulag, the couple of 1v1s. I'm also very interested to see what Treyarch do with their Cold War version of the game. To see how they change up the gulag. At the moment, she spots out the play on the right-hand side. Looks like she'll pick up a couple of early shots and wins the gulag there. Good play there coming in from Serenity. At the moment, let me just make sure that on screen it does look like she has a notification.
Yeah.
That we just need to make sure is cleared from our side of things, so we will do exactly that. There we go. I do apologize for that popping up on your screen, but for right now we still have the team that we're spectating directly being Yard to be able to check out. Once again, if you want to be able to check out any of our streamers, you're more than welcome. They are live streaming from their side too at the moment. Let's jump on board with the team that essentially we haven't seen too much of, which is this Yard squad, to see what they're getting up to. Alright, so Yard have made their way outside of that central town, just outside of the riverbank, on the lower side of the mountain. And looks like they're going to come up. Ooh! The tag from range, from downtown, from Robbie. Fantastic play from him at the moment. We can jump on board with his teammates. It does look like they get the loadout here, so we'll have a look at the next player as well and their POV. And that's going to be Fainty. Seemingly an interesting directional spray here at the moment. Just hoping to, I don't know, hit a squirrel. At this point in time, not going to be able to connect with too much. But does pick himself up a Mauser as well as a Sandstorm. That's the assault rifle. And we'll jump on board with his teammates to see what they're getting up there to. There is a bounty nearby as well if they want to be able to collect that on the roof. Gabriel's keeping on
I have movement.
eyesight on the opposition. You can see he's going to be able to go for that tag. So, does look like they have that bounty, and this will be able to... This will give them an opportunity rather to hunt down this opposition.
Move in position.
It's going to be an interesting one for them at the moment. Just trying to peek over here, not trying to give away too much of their body. That line of sight going to be so vital at the moment. That player, Purple, I believe that is, that's Robbie, trying to make his way forward. Does look like Robbie is the one that's hunted, however. Path of Earth. Sitting comfortable. I do want to get on board with Robbie, who's looking to get aggressive here. It does look like he's lost his bounty, so that might give him an opportunity to try push in here on the opposition. It does look like they've got them located outside this blue roof. Yeah, a couple of shots will get fired here. It does look like there's an opposition actually inside the same building. This is a huge opportunity for them to thirds on this fight at the moment. They're not going to give away their position, however, a couple of shots will get put out there from Robbie and co. It is currently Yard that is trying to control, essentially, this area. As it does look like God Gabriel will push his way in. Players get picked up on the roof. This is a great position here from God Gabriel, but he gets essentially shot from the open door side. Path of Perth knows that there's players down on the rooftop. Will they be able to go for the challenge here? Does look like he comes up with the kill. Not going to re-enter that challenge. The airstrike will rain down. I believe that's the airstrike that came in from Robbie. Such a heated gunfight at the moment. Robbie currently sitting inside the gulag. Path of Earth going to be just essentially crouching, keeping comfortable here. making sure that he can keep an eye on things, whereas oversight will be provided by Fenty. I wonder what the call-out on the opposition team was. How many players did they manage to knock down? Fenty actually doubles back. He does have some cash in the back pocket, so we'll be able to come up with the revives. But a flurry of action here. As they get all 4 players back in. As they drift down from the clouds. Carry Potter, ooh, that's unfortunate for DNMK. Does look like he gets timed out here, so I'm not too sure if he had a connection issue. There have been reports of connection issues throughout South Africa, and this has been your internet update by Nick Holden. But there has been throughout today, unfortunately. Sniper shots will get put out here. Path of Poth in such a good position. But I don't know if he has available to him. I just want to jump on board. Here we go. Doesn't have dead silence, so needs a worthy distraction to be able to come in here with a flank. Where's God Gabriel? Makes his way back, trying to pick up that loadout.
I will drive.
Will get into the car and make his way directly towards the opposition. Says, you know what, guys? If there's gonna be some bait, it's gonna be me. And veers off at the most opportune time. You can feel the tension just outside the city at the moment, whereas Robbie tries to get himself into a flanking position here. Ooh, there was a player on his left hand side. I don't think he spotted him out though. This might be bad for Robbie. I think there was a player going into white.
I have the wheel.
And tries to get up the infamous rock faces of Modern Warfare. The most slippery rocks known to man. And at the moment, Robbie trying to cover the angles. I mean, this is them set up at the moment. Robbie's got backdoor covered. But does he have his own backdoor covered? That is the question as people slide in from behind. Player gets spotted out.
Relocating.
Ooh, spots out a player topside. This is huge for Robbie. He's in a great position here at the moment. This should be the call out. Teammates, get involved. Get tuck in. We've got some big damage down. Dirty Stain gets knocked down. And that's an absolute massive knockdown for them. Dirty Stain, part of collateral damage that we kept on board with a little bit early on. And is this actually... This might be Happy Gaming and Co.
I have movement.
As at the moment, it does look like God Gabriel's going to be able to get shot down. And here's the follow-through coming in from Robbie. All angles, such a great push from them. As they come in from every single angle, it's going to be the squad that gets knocked down. That's Happy Gamer as well, as they find themselves team wiped. And has that knocked them out? Let's check in with Happy Gamer and see what is going down.
Come back, Happy. Come back. Yeah, I know.
Alright, the streamer team with the delay. It does look like they get put down.
Guys, we need to like pull back.
Yeah, it does look like they've got gulag, so we'll jump back on board with the team that we're watching that managed to take out one of the best teams known in South Africa, that being Collateral Damage. So let's jump on board with them. I mean, great performance there from Yard. Really impressive stuff all around. You could see the flank coming in from Robbie. He just says, you know what, I'm going to lock these players down into this position, make sure that if they try to push out of this environment that I can basically, that they have no way to retreat to other than the building that they're stuck in. So as soon as they stick their heads out, they're going to get taken out. And it was just pretty much who was going to be the most patient between the two. That one proved to be Yard. Great play over to them. Now that we know exactly what happened to Happy Gaming, now that we know what's going on with Yard, I think we do checking in with Fleeb. Oh, doesn't look too healthy on Fleeb's side of things, so we'll jump aboard with Serenity. And it does look like they're in a decent position from their side of things at the moment. Serenity sitting with one elimination in the back pocket. They're sitting outside downtown. There's also Recon Drone if they decide to use that. So let's stay with Serenity and just see what they're going to be able to do in this situation.
Okay.
I want to get a perspective of how things are looking in downtown.
We have enough to buy crack back, eh?
Oh, we do. Right behind us, right behind us. I don't see them looking this side. I saw one.
So it does look like at the moment that they do know
Yeah,
there's a team nearby, but they're sitting nearest the buy
I'm gonna try
station
and
that they
watch.
need to try get.
There was a guy this side, so just care. Craig, I don't know where you're gonna land, eh?
Which is going to make this one really tough, to be honest. As you can actually hear the call out there. They said they might need to double
I got a
back all
cluster,
the way
I
to
got a
another
cluster so I
buy.
can push him off.
And
While we get Craig.
I
Craig,
like
let me
this
know when you're
play,
ready.
this call out coming in from Serenity saying, I've got the cluster. She decides to use
I
it
am.
almost immediately. And there we go. The cluster's going to provide them with a degree of protection here. And this should be the call out. We need to run in towards a buy. They get the
Yeah,
revive.
that pushed them away.
And oh, that's very fortunate. I mean, picking up a cluster strike like that when you need it. What an opportune moment for them that they completely capitalize on as Serenity brings her teammates back in. I want to once again jump on board with this Yard team that have actually looked really, really good so far. So let's jump on board and let's see what the Yard team are getting up to. Right, so God, Gabriel, and Crow, let's just quickly have a little bit of a look in the circle so far. So, a couple of indications of player movement. There is a chopper outside of what I like to call twins. And it does look like we've got a team almost immediately on action. Yard get caught off from every side. It's Nava, Cranks, picking up the kills early on here. And this is LKM. The knockdown comes in from Fenty. He decides to come through with a follow through. And that means that Robbie's going to be left alone here. As the shotty in hand. Can Robbie clutch up? Ooh, spots out of play. And this is Serenity's team. That might even be her. It's Serenity that gets knocked down. It's streamer on streamer violence here today, ladies and gentlemen. Craig is facing shots in from behind. Robbie caught between a rock and a hard place at the moment. There's players above. There's players who's left as well. Ooh, we'll face a couple of shots, so now we'll need to play down. Player misses out, and to be honest, Robbie has to be counting his lucky stars there. That didn't find its way indoors. That burn damage would have kept on ticking, putting him in a difficult position. However, decides to just hold inside here. And there we go, makes a move. Ducks out. Good movement there from Robbie, it has to be said. 700 Warzone bucks, Warzone dollars in the back pocket. That's not going to be enough. So what does he have available? The ping gets called out here that there might be a bounty. That's not going to be very useful. We've got a most wanted, very, very dangerous. I mean, has a vehicle to potentially work this way around the signs, but in custom lobbies, that becomes even more difficult. People know exactly how important, or how desperate rather, those are that need those most wanteds. So Robbie left all alone, and let's maybe check in with Serenity just to see what they're getting up to. Alright, so only one player left up as well for them, so definitely a tough spot. Happy Gaming from their side of things, they had a little bit of a difficult start early on. Hultman and Happy both alive. Give the call out that there is a box for them to be able to pick up.
Yeah, just watch this roof here. Seems clear. All good.
There's
There's one guy floating in here. Buy back quick, come. I need you to also buy back. I can't buy both back, both.
Your payout limit has increased.
And there we go. It's 2 for 2. As they bring them back in here at the moment. It's a good placement for Happy Gaming and Co, but unfortunately sitting without a loadout at this late stage of the game. That's going to make their life a little bit difficult.
Helios there.
Oh, shoot above me. I'm dead.
Man, what happened?
Ooh.
So good.
Yeah, top of the building.
They're up there.
Orange.
Yeah.
Give me money. Give me money.
Yeah,
I think he might have gotten taken out there from one of the players riding inside the heli. As we get the call out there, it does look like helicopters also made its way towards downtown. So Circle, in terms of its placement at the moment, is sitting outside Stadium.
Can you not just fly in this side?
There.
Light safe.
We've got Stadium downtown as well as what I like to call neighborhood that's in the north.
Kids are over here. Over there.
Let's go.
Sorry, let's move Marcus. Okay, so
and apartments just to the left of that neighborhood.
I can take it, I've got plates.
Cool.
Save west.
I'm trying.
So currently, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to see the fourth circle make its way forward.
Play this slow. Play it out.
Yeah, where's?
As we head towards the fifth.
Every single one.
So the call out gets made that they're going to try play this one slow.
Just chill.
And as they relax, calm it down, it does seem like it's a common theme at the moment, as it does look like on the opposite side of things that one of the players will get knocked down here. And that gives us a brand new team to be able to check out. And that team seems like it's also got a couple of League of Legends fans in it, if we can say as much from that side of things. As that's going to be Kha'Zix, as well as Let's Go, Frosty Warhog, and Bugsy. And I believe that team, if I am correct, this is MLG. And definitely looking pretty solid there for their team. So 4 eliminations. Oh my goodness. Frosty Warhog, you absolute beast. 10 eliminations in a custom. 4 3s, so that's 7 and 4, that's 11, and we got 21 eliminations in a custom game. Frosty Warhog, what a performance from him so far, and as well as his teammates, 10 eliminations on the board. Looks like they're just hunting players at this point in time. I feel like we can't move away from them. I mean, you're sitting with 10 eliminations, I feel forced to watch. Just what are you getting up to? As they're rotating in here at the moment, there's actually Hultman as well as the rest of the team that is relatively nearby. They've noticed that there's a couple of players landing on in. Their loadout drop has also been put down quite nearby. Loadout drop will try to get picked up here, and that's Parker Gang that will get eliminated.
Keep up the good work.
11 eliminations for Frosty Warhog. This is unbelievable. Setting themselves up just outside police. None of them needing loadout. Kha'Zix, a great League of Legends character, if any of you are fans of the game. And there we go. Fellow's going to be able to pick down some shots on Frosty Warhog, who will get knocked down. That's absolutely massive at the moment. Bugsy on low ground. Throws out a Syntex, and it looks like a shotgun challenge will make its way in. And it's a follow-through of a full squad. That's Nova that comes in now. However, Let's Go sees all 4 players inside that environment. Has a couple of stun grenades. Bottle 1. Big shot. Comes out. Picks up 2. And you can definitely say, let's go. Because that's exactly what he did. Walked in there, came out solid, and knocked down their entire squad.
Does anyone need this?
Now with players down, there's a buy right behind them, but that you can assume is going to be relatively well protected here. They don't have enough cash in the back pocket to be able to pick them back, so who knows, maybe they're going to be able to come up with a little bit of cash inside here, but it's going to be knockdowns coming from Stadium side. Kha'Zix might need to double back here. I'm not too sure about this play. So my thoughts there for Kha'Zix was, oh, looks like he gets rushed, and that's Blueby. Let's go with the self-raise. Needs plates. He's popped dead silence. Oh, looks like they both get spotted out. Spots him on low side. Blueby gets knocked down. And eliminated. Oh, but now there's the long-range engagement from Stadium that he needs to be concerned about. Will he make his way towards the vehicle? No. Oh, this is going to be tough. Precision airstrike. He has to. He has to go for this. Will he decide to go onto the quad?
Moving.
Let's go. I mean, he's looked great so far. 9 eliminations in the back pocket. If anything was placed, he's going to put them in a great position. Ends up with a follow through, and that's going to be Python Rgb. Looks like he's got some players behind him as well. Goodness gracious. It is going to be a hail of gunfire. This is going to be so tricky. He slides his way in. And shots from both sides. That is going to be the end of his life. But to be honest, a fantastic performance coming in here from their squad. Huge eliminations in the back pocket. And to be honest, they don't even have to worry about placement. The squad comes up with some huge plays. Now, we go over to one crazy stop who's also left alone. Blue B is in his team, and just like that, he gets eliminated. So we cross over. We have 3 teams remaining, 10 players left on the board. That means that we're sitting with a squad, I believe, of 3, or we're sitting... You guys do the math. Hell, at the moment, got to try and keep our eyes on enough things, as it's going to be... Who is this? Squonky, Act, Rgb, Zoth. This is actually GHC. This is GHC, our previous winners of the last game, and at the moment they've got oversight, and this is going to be absolutely massive. I just want to do a quick run through of what weaponry we've got working with. I mean, Dragon Breath, that's an interesting one in its own right. Does look like there is a player behind this wall. He's going to be able to try go for the plays here. I mean, very brave players. Decide to give up the heightened position, does the GHC players. And now notice that there's players on low ground. The UAV will get popped, and there's a couple of big shots coming up on the left-hand side, just outside the advertising board. It's going to be a follow-up coming from Zol. He picks up 2. And now, is that a squad, Elam? I'm not too sure. We're going to have to wait and see. At the moment, we're down to 7 players. 3 teams remain. That means that we've got a solo left here, ladies and gentlemen. A solo to try pick up the ace up against GHC. That's very much still in this one. We're down to 2 squads at the moment. There's a 3v1 situation. They're going to try hunt him down. The shots come in. He's given away his position. But he's dodging away from bullets, and it's going to be this GHC squad, and it's going to, just for added value, a parachute from range comes down. GHC comes out on top. Woo! What amazing plays there from GHC. Got themselves in the positional placement of being on top of the stadium. The squad comes out on top yet again and doubles their win count to 2 in this best out of 3 series. Rgb, Zoe, Act, and Swanky are clearly the team to beat. Now, we're going to have to wait and see who's going to be able to come out on game number 3. Will there be a team that turns it around? I have to say, we're keeping an eye, and I need to just double check who that was. But there were so many eliminations, and that was from MLG. So who knows, they very might as well be still very much in this game, just on eliminations alone. But right now, that is game number 2, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to cut to a break, and we'll be back with game number 3.
The Helios 300 is the ideal laptop if you enjoy high-octane gameplay, mobility, and a machine filled to the brim with plenty of top-tier components, all aimed at the same goal: pure gaming glory. At the helm of Helios is the high-speed display. The color-rich IPS screen is 15.6 inches and has a 240 Hz refresh rate with 3 millisecond overdrive response time. With a high refresh, frame rate will be smooth with no tearing, as long as you keep that frame rate high. High frame rate requires high-performing hardware, which, thankfully, there is plenty of. At the top of that list is the latest 6-core, 12-thread 10th Gen Intel Core i7 mobile processor, and GeForce RTX 2070 with Max-Q design. You can also deck out the Helios 300 with up to 32 GB of DDR4 2933 MHz RAM, dual 1TB PCIe NVMe SSDs in RAID 0, and a 2TB hard drive for everything else. With Predator, we always put cooling first. With the 2020 model, we've added intakes to the top of the base to increase airflow, while continuing to include the most critical component, our 4th Gen Aeroblade 3D fans. Custom engineered, these fans have been built to maximize airflow while reducing overall noise, made possible through their bionic-inspired design. Some prefer to use their laptops as a mobile desktop replacement, so all the ports, such as Mini DP, HDMI 2.0, 3 USB 3.2 ports, and 1 USB Type-C, should give you plenty of access to your displays, gadgets, and more. Looking down from the display, we have the 4-zone Rgb keyboard with a few custom keys to take note of, Turbo, so you can overclock with a single press, and Predator Sense, giving you immediate access to our utility app where you can adjust fan speed, overclock, monitor temperatures, and many other useful functions. And that, in a nutshell, is the Helios 300. And if you want to know more, just check the links below. From all of us here at Predator, good game. The Predator Cestus 350 is the first wireless gaming mouse in the Cestus line, and maybe the next to find a home on your mousepad. But if you prefer wires, just plug in the USB Type-C cable. While plugged in, the mouse can reach up to a 0.5 millisecond response, or 1 millisecond while unplugged. But with speeds like these, you won't encounter any misclicks or delays. This is mainly accomplished via the Pixart 3335 optical sensor, which contributes to the mouse in reaching up to a 50-hour battery lifespan. And if speed and tenacity is your thing, a DPI up to 16,000 awaits those with quick reaction times. Having more buttons is rarely a problem, and with 350, you have a total of 8 programmable buttons, 3 in the thumb area, forward, backward, and burst fire, while below the scroller is a DPI switcher, and another to access up to 5 profiles. If you want to modify your settings, just pop open Predator Quartermaster and tweak away. For more information, please check our website via the link below. From all of us here at Predator, good game.
Hey there, everybody, and welcome back to the action. It does look like we're jumping in right now, as it does look like we have our opportunity to watch some GHC dominance, it seems like, at the moment, as we'll keep you posted in terms of the scoreboard as well as exactly where things stand. But if you're wondering what you're joining in on, it is the Predator Warzone Showdown, the very last week of all of this, ladies and gentlemen. But we'll make sure that the Warzone action keeps on happening here with ACGL, and who knows, we might be able to see another Predator Warzone series coming up very soon. We'll hope. For right now, it does look like we're about to jump in with some of the action. We've got our 3 streamers once again. If you guys want to be able to check them out, head over to Kelly Serenity, Fleeb Juice, as well as Happy Gaming. They're all streaming on Twitch at the moment. If you guys want to be able to see their POV, if you want some commentary to join that along, you're more than welcome to. My name is Nick Holden, and today I'll be giving you that action. As for right now, it is time for game number 3. So let's check in with our streamers, see what they're getting up to. And let's head over to the plane, as it does look like the players are ready to jump on off. So without further ado, let's jump on in.
What about Boneyard?
Mark a drop point for your team. You'll
I
lead
was
them in.
by Iso.
So it does look like the circle has slightly changed up here at the moment. I mean, previously we saw it in two of the same places time and again, and now we're going to be able to see a switch. Instead of it pretty much being central south, it is more going to be central on the right hand side. So we're going to have to wait and see. It does look like a Boneyard is a call out for Serenity side. Let's check in with Fleeb. Okay, so just north of Boneyard is where they decide to go, so it's going to potentially be a dangerous drop for a lot of the players here today.
Are we going on Scav?
Yeah.
So we're going to have to wait and see who's going to be able to come out on top of this one.
Yeah, train. And then there's a team here.
And Fleeb Juice does look like they're going to be heading towards Promenade West. And at the moment, just going to make sure that we can wait this one out here for the teams. As Happy Gaming is also on the drop at the moment, and it looks like they've landed already. They've got a little bit of an early on landing.
I found a...
And once again, they've made their way towards military base. They really like this environment for high priority drops.
He ran inside, On the left.
Of which I believe there are a couple.
Right side, what the fuck?
And unfortunately for Happy, already down, and it does look like they're gonna get priority pushed here.
It's the same dudes.
They say it's the same people as last time. So is this going to be the squad of Yard? We're going to have to wait and see. For right now, it does look like we're on board with the team on our side of things. As we're going to stick with Happy Gaming. A lot of action on screen. But I do believe, let me just quickly double check through my listing here. Iman, just have to double check. Is that... We've got Spartan, Slick, Iman, and Eddie as our team that we're watching. I'm just trying to see exactly who that is.
Dude, but like, what was that?
And that's Aerial Warzone, actually.
I don't know, dude. That was just unlucky.
That fucked us.
Alright, so looks like we've got Aerial, which is a fantastic team in their own right, have stood true in terms of top of the kill race leaderboards, even the custom leaderboards from time to time. So let's jump on board with them and see what they're going to be getting up to. It does look like they've landed just outside airport. One of their players got knocked down, and a UAV was popped early on here. And it's going to be Iman hoping that there's some cash in the back pocket there. Not going to be able to find anything, but does get the gas mask. So that should be okay. Eddie as well on the hunt. Sniper rifle.
Vehicle marked.
Actually decides not to pick it up. Very interesting choice there. Leaves that one behind, but enough cash for Slick now, who is not too far away from a buy station. Spartan inside Gulag at the moment, so if he makes it out of that one, he should be good. So Aerial Warzone has definitely been one of the top teams when it comes down to kill races time and time again, and right now find their way outside of airport. As a couple of teams actually end up, Kelly Serenity is at Boneyard side. I believe Happy Gaming and Co were outside military base. Fleeb Juice, I need to check up on. So without further ado, how about we go to see if the juice is worth the squeeze? As we jump aboard with Fleeb Juice on that side of things.
Did someone get loaded or not yet?
I'll get it.
Looks like they found their way outside of construction, which is quite a distance away, to be honest.
Give me money tech.
And they've got quite a long while to go, so they find their way.
Give me your money tech.
They're probably one of the teams that is actually furthest away from the circle at this point in time, so have a bit to do in terms of rotation. So as they collect themselves, I don't think they're going to see any teams early on here. You can even see with the UAV, they're just south of Promenade West and have a bit of distance to go. At the moment, Aerial Warzone, however, getting challenged. And it does look like as we left them, one of their players got sniped out of the vehicle. So let's jump on board with them and see what the Aerial Warzone team is getting up to. Slick will jump from height. It's his way towards train, which is not a bad call, to be honest. I mean, in customs, not a lot of teams go train, and this one is currently completely unlooted. So he should be able to pick up a couple of orange boxes here. That should be able to get more than enough cash. Should his team need to utilize that? I'm not too sure why he's the middle cart. Maybe that's me being pedantic. I like going through each one of the crates as possible. But with 18k in the back pocket, definitely has collected enough cash. Now picks up orange. Will he actually go back for that middle crate? We'll have to wait and see. At the moment, Slick's still there. They're going to leave the cart in the middle. Slick, come on. You know you want it. You know you want it, my friend. Will he forfeit it? I'm not too sure. Actually decides not to pick up the dead silence. I don't quite understand that just yet either. I've got a lot of head scratching going on from my side. I'm not too sure about you guys. Do you like picking up that middle crate on train? Seems like he's just found himself leaving that completely. Can hear the crate on audio. As they rotate their way back, Slick has an opportunity to head directly towards this buy to get them back in. And I wouldn't expect too many players in this vicinity. But who knows, that's maybe just me. Alright, so they'll head their way towards this buy station at the moment. And with 25,000 bucks in the back pocket, should be able to pick up revives and even a loadout if he needs to. Spartan on the other side of things. Doesn't look like he's been too fortunate. So 1, 2, get brought back in. And the loadout will get thrown out as well as the redeployable cover will get picked up yet again. So a nice place for the team to reconvene, potentially buy some plates here. Will Slick actually doesn't do that, and this is once again maybe a little bit of me trying to enforce gameplay on the players here. Drops some plates, had 3,400 cash to be able to work with, doesn't buy extra plates for his team, leaving them a little bit vulnerable, but they decide to go for the scav play here. So let's see what they're going to be able to do. And I want to jump on board with our streamers yet again, so let's jump on board with Kelly and Co and see what they're getting up to.
This big building, we need what's it called? Bagabo.
Looks like they're in a vehicle at the moment. Oh, it's actually a helicopter. So they're going to be able to cover quite a bit of distance. It looks like they're going to head towards Quarry.
Oh, we know. We're not.
I was about to say, what the fuck noise is that?
I'm gonna pop UAV, let's have a look.
So the biggest problem, I mean, popping UAV is fine, but I don't think they're going to actually find out too many players just yet. But Serenity says, you know what, that's me, I'm done with the chopper. But the ping will come out actually towards opposite side of Quarry. So they're doubling their way back to where Kelly is. And at the moment, I mean, not a bad position in terms of placement. We see where the circle is, and this is only the second circle of the game, and it's already cutting out what could be deemed as around about a fifth of the map on the northern to eastern front. Leaving a lot of teams to try rotate. We saw a huge drop-off of players out of the plane towards the boneyard section of the map.
We need ghost loadout though, hey?
Yeah.
How far is it?
Two.
There's two.
it's got to be the guy in here.
Absolutely. Eagle, I think if the train comes back around, I would give a call out to the players to say, hey, you know what, that's not a bad drop to be able to
Drop
get.
your cash, bro. Drop your cash. Drop your
Absolutely
cash. So I
massive.
can buy another UAV. Je geld. Geef me je geld. Zodat ik nog een UAV kan kopen.
I love it, the disbursements of the cash to be handed out between the team. Kelly, clearly the one dominating the wallet at the moment. Let's jump aboard with Fleeb.
He's flying in, that guy.
And with the team with one of the furthest rotations to make.
24 seconds, guys.
Oh, he gives a call out that, guys, there's not a lot of time here to be able to make these rotations.
Guys on the hill are gonna camp us. Let's go here.
And they've only got 13 seconds before the storm starts to make its way through. They need a vehicle so desperately.
Okay, let's go. Just me, or was it lagging? Dude, my game is lagging a lot right now. Move.
Alright, so they're finding themselves on the eastern side of train station, or you could say it's the southwest of hospital. They need to make their way towards a vehicle at the moment.
Yeah, I don't think so. It might give us our position. But then everyone's gonna be like, oh, there's a car.
Yeah, but
Whereas currently our team on stream, or rather from my spectator view directly, and that's Aerial, I believe, have an interesting rotation. They've decided to jump on board with the train and try and make their way through here. And they get their way directly into safety. So a good call coming in from the team of the train station, but now from low side. What are they going to be able to do? As we need to keep an eye on Fleeb as well, as the team needs to try and make their way in. There's a vehicle that actually has been utilized right next to Aerial Warzone. Player gets spotted out here. They're jumping out directly. Eddie backs off, lets his teammates go up with the shots. They don't come up with the connection, so they will make their way towards the staircase. Now, as they bottleneck their way through, there's going to be a team actually on the top side of things. I'm not too sure if they're shooting at the opposition or just getting some slugs out of the arsenal. We're going to have to wait and see. This is going to be a very interesting confrontation here. Yeah, gets a call out that there's a player on the left-hand side, just outside the staircase. Who's going to be able to break the entry point here? Two players. Two players is the call out that they've got already and waiting. Shots do get fired. Slick is going to be one of the first ones out through the door. The teammates trying to make their way in. Looks like they're going to be on the opposite side. Slick gets knocked down. Spartan and Iman both get knocked down. At the moment it is Spartan left alive. He gets the revive on his teammate, but the follow through now needs to come in. Was there a player still opposite them? I mean, they're going for the revives. They must feel relatively comfortable here in this system. Oh, it's a revive from range. The smoke grenade gets utilized perfectly. Oh, and the snipe from downtown as Spartan gets knocked back. I do want to check on board with Fleeb yet again, just to see exactly what is happening on that side with the rotations. It looks like they managed to get themselves a vehicle here. And they're going to have a difficult task of getting their way back inside the circle, which they have done, so kudos to them. As it does look like they're rotating through the eastern side there towards the farmlands. Just want to hold on board. I'm not too sure if they're having a couple of connection issues. But for right now, Fleeb and Co looking pretty good. I mean, potentially one of the furthest placements in their series thus far. I want to jump aboard with Happy Gaming and Co and see what they're getting up to.
Well, you killed Bart's one.
No, did we just down him?
Oh, so it does actually look like we've got Happy Gaming currently taking on the squad
team fighting them, man.
of Spartan, Slick, Eddie, and Iman, that being Aerial Warzone.
Were they looking down the hill?
Do you not maybe think we should go do recon the quarry?
I think so, yeah.
Cool, let's make a rotate there.
Yes, this boys.
Just look far right. Just look far right. Stay away from hindsight.
We got a...
Like the open and shit.
Yeah.
Okay, well, pop the marker away.
Cool.
I'll take it.
We gotta realize when we shoot, we gotta move, bro. You know the misplacement thing. Else we just sitting ducks. Like the team will always get the drop on us. They know where we are.
I agree.
So we kill. We move.
Boys, we're a bit open if we do this. Trap.
Helicopter, yeah. Helicopter.
Okay, so Happy Gaming and Co now are actually making their way towards where Kelly Serenity's team was. So I want to check on board with them. Does look like they're down, so there is a squad
Literally my
inside the
favorite brand.
environment.
I have a G512 keyboard and the 502 Hero mouse.
Alright, so we'll jump back on board with Happy Gaming.
Clear.
This chopper was Serenity,
Recon
so
drone, maybe that might be powered. See what's inside quarry.
Yeah, just go.
Get a guy landed here.
Moving.
This is also not a bad push.
Where's the recon? That's not sure. Okay, do you guys want to move up into...
I think Big Blue is it's endgame.
This thing.
Right. Purple.
You guys want
I
to
love the decisions at the moment that the teams are finding themselves having to make.
Orange.
It's going to become so tricky here. I want to jump on board with Fleep Juice. Does look like they're still very much in this. They're in Farmland. And Farmland, unfortunately, not getting too great of a rotation out of there. So they need to make their way through Lumber in towards Quarry side. Whereas further from that, it does look like the team that we're following on screen, that's Aerial Warzone, have tried to rotate out. However, they find themselves heavily tagged up at the moment. Spartan driving alone in a vehicle.
We're probably gonna drive into people now.
Yeah, this is what I'm worried about.
Oh, and they're actually heading their way towards Big Blue. And that was one of the... this is one of the zones that the other team was talking about, and that's been Happy Gaming.
They're trying to get that center zone, you see that?
No. Yeah. That's dynamic, I think.
Yeah, they're stopping there.
Oh, cars coming around.
There is a vehicle coming directly past. Looks like a lot of players are making their way towards Big Blue at the moment.
That's good pass. Move on.
Shots coming in from range. Coming in with a couple of connections. I believe this is Cerberus's team, so this is easy AF. And ladies and gentlemen, there's something that I haven't been doing, so I do apologize. Let me quickly give you guys a little bit of a score update so we've got a decent understanding of how we're going into this.
Stain, I can drop you some if you want. Just come
into this final game at the moment. In terms of standings, I do apologize, guys. I've just been so caught up in the action.
Yeah, activate it. Might as well.
Currently, GHC are sitting on top with 76 points. Just behind them is MLG Black with 63. Then Astra Infinite with 53. Then Collateral Damage.
Yeah, we split up a bit, eh?
To be honest, one game still can change this. Players currently inside that area.
Ran on the back.
And they're going to be able to follow that one up with the kill.
Okay, do we have enough? Yeah, we do. You have a drop in?
Give me
happy?
Do you have enough cash in the back pocket? I want to jump on board with quickly on Fleep Juice to see what they're getting up to. They're very much in this game still with all 4 players left up alive. They're going to be rotating through the mountains on the far side. They're playing for placement. Let's go over to Serenity side of things. Does look like they might be out of this one at this point in time, so unfortunate for them. But we're going to hold on tight with the action. I do want to jump on board with Aerial Warzone, who are trying to maintain inside Big Blue at the moment.
Very lit. Okay, I'm fucked.
Just drop him some bullets, please, Happy.
Yeah.
And when it comes down to Aerial, they've got a great placement. However, they will be surrounded by a huge amount of players. Let's jump on board with Aerial. And it's only 2 players left alive. They've only got 2,800 Warzone dollars in the back pocket. And it does look like they're going to play this one slow. And will they play it slow? I guess we've got to wait for where this next circle will be. And here we go. It's all ending right here, ladies and gentlemen, for right now. Does look like we're going to have a tight circle finish. Will this end on the garage side or houses side? We're going to have to wait and see. I want to jump back on once again on board with Happy Gaming. Oh, he will get pegged on early on here. Oh, gets himself in a good position here. Precision airstrike comes in.
Oh my god, I didn't realize I was open. Okay, you can't get me, Happy? I'm clear here. Oh no, I'm dead.
Oh no, gets pegged down from range. Happy Gaming left out in the open.
You need to look this way.
Oh, gets drilled down from range. 2 players are up. That's Hulkman. Another precision airstrike. Oh no, talk about being between a rock and a hard place. English difficult. Words slow. All right.
That's good. Stay alive.
So for right now, they've done well to stay up.
Enemy UAV overhead.
Done well to stay alive at the moment. On the opposite side of things, it does look like
there's a buy down there.
we've got the squad of GHC actually trying to push up on aerial Warzone at the moment. I need to jump on board with them. They have a lot of action in terms of trying to hold Big Blue, and it looks like GHC want that building. They want to hold on to every second possible. So GHC will try to go for the push. The stun's not going to be able to connect here. They will go for the mountain. We'll get the knockdown there on Eddie. And it's Iman with the follow-up, and just like that, GHC come out with the trades when they need to. And GHC will be the team that we can follow through here. And having a little bit of a look at kill counts at the moment. We've got 3, 4. I believe that's 4, 4, and 3. So we've got a total of 11. And the buy will now get pulled up. So as they get themselves replaced, I'm very excited to be on board with them. But I do want to see Fleeb Juice. They've made it as far as they've made it in the tournament thus far. And at the moment, it looks like Fleeb's going to be finding himself in a heavy amount of action. Will get pushed at range here. Gets himself inside a bush. He's only got himself and his teammate left alive. Oh, will get shot at from the right-hand side. Tries to jump off the mountain. Gets him cracked.
Up top there.
Great aim, it has to be said, being shown there from Fleeb. But it seems that they've got players pushing from the right and left-hand side. But his teammate comes in with 2 massive solid kills, but he gets shot down at range. Fleeb Juice is out of the competition. But let's check on board with Happy Gaming. Oh no, it does look like he's still got the gulag, so we can check up on board in a bit. But let's check on with Happy.
The reason why we're getting down so quickly is because we're not playing a style that we're used to. We should have just played the style that we play.
Right here to you.
He's all alone. GHC, however, have all 4 players left alive. And what an entertaining team. And if they're able to hold out on tight, I think they should be able to come up the win of this series. So let's jump on board with GHC at the moment, who's currently in the lead of the tournament. Right. Spotting players, you can see at the moment, they're not just going for unnecessary challenges.
Target right here. 25 remaining. Nicely done.
Got themselves spread out in bowling. Does look like they'll try zone this player just outside of white. The shots do come in. They will be able to get a couple of shots on plate, but it's not going to be enough. Let's have a quick run through of everyone. 6-4, so that's 10, 13, and we've got 17. Quick math. As it looks like we've got them still in a very much a comfortable position here on top of Big Blue. So GHC, the team on top of the leaderboard now, need to play for placement. We have 7 teams left up at the moment with 19 players.
Target location. Disregard that.
Players are watching stick. You can see they've got the lockdown, right, on this area. I mean, if anything, Verbo's probably the player that's furthest apart from his teammates. Little does he know, he was glancing over the position of Happy Gamer at that point in time. The truck is going to make its way towards Big Blue. And that will give the call out to the rest of the team to watch the staircase at the moment on low side. Is this Verbo that is getting pushed currently? Looks like deployable cover will get utilized here. Players are going to hold up on low. Circle will start to make its way in. 30 seconds time.
Movement!
Now it almost becomes a search and destroy, ladies and gentlemen, as the player on low ground. Will they come up with a push? Verbo's just trying to maintain his discipline here. Trying to see if he can spot out anybody on garage side. So many footsteps. As XZ makes his way down as well. Double shotgun on the lower floor. Trying to watch their back as well, so we'll close down the door to that. I wouldn't be surprised, actually, even if they use the precision at this point in time, just to be able to prevent rotations coming on in. Might be the move, but it doesn't look like they're going to make that. There are players on low ground. Nobody seemingly going for a challenge just yet. We are down to 5 teams left up.
Throwing stun.
Okay, the Wolf player, I think, got spotted running outside the doorway there. Zoll tried to get in some shots at range. We'll try to follow up.
Got a vehicle here.
We're down to 4 teams, ladies and gentlemen. 13 players left in this one. And we know Happy Gaming is all that is left alive. So we've got 3 teams of what I assume is 4 and 1 player. Zoll not being able to connect with the driver's seat. We are watching GHC. This is game number 3, the very last game of the Predator Warzone series. This is the finale, ladies and gentlemen. And it looks like the circle has played out perfectly for GHC. It's been fortuitous in their own right. And the cluster will now get put down. Axie is going to be able to get some shots down on the lower floor. As Axie drops down, he says, I'm going to go for this. We'll connect with a couple of big shotgun shells. We'll get taken out. It's a little bit too much coming in here from Axie. As I believe that's Carrie Potter. That's DNMK. Axie just went absolutely ham.
Ammo here.
Ammo collection will now get made from Zoll. Bro, just trying to spot out on low side. His teammate's body, the vehicle will now get pushed. Tries to take it down at range.
Movement.
I love it. This is it. This is the final circles. Ladies and gentlemen, we're down to 10 players, and on top side, does look like Zoll will get knocked down. Now needs a revive from his teammates. Says, you know what, don't worry, I'll make my way down the staircase. And there we go.
Make it, just hang on.
Brings him back. They've got 3 players left, and then it's 10 players overall. 3 teams is what remains. 28 players currently keeping an eye on Verbo. Does look like they eventually are going to have to push outside of their environment. They do have a couple of stun grenades to be able to work with if they want to try prevent rotations. Rotations for the opposition will probably be best through the lower left-hand side. At the moment, it is on top side roof. It is going to be Swanky. Puts down a precision airstrike to prevent rotations and jumps his way across. Who's going to be able to make their way forward? At the moment, it's going to be Verbo on the backside. They get the knockdown with Swanky. We're down to the top 2 teams, and that is the top team. It is going to be the squad of GHC that come out on top. 3 wins in a row. They have been prolific. What a performance from them. Ladies and gentlemen, GHC take about 3 wins in a row. A flawless performance. And now they get to see themselves up on screen. And everybody, every single one of the players participating in the tournament has had to be forced to watch their faces yet again. Verbo, Actor Z, and of course, we've got Zoll and Squonky to finish things off. It has been a fantastic performance from them. Gentlemen, take a bow. And ladies and gentlemen, the helicopter will fly away for the last time on this, the Predator Warzone series. As we have our winners, GHC, coming out on top. I pretty much can guarantee that at this point in time, just being able to watch their POV. Whoever came in second place, I'm sure we'll be able to do the math and keep you guys posted. If anything, second place, probably a little bit more of a contest than those in first. But GHC, phenomenal performance from them. And look at me. I mean, they've got my hair standing on end at this point in time. It has been absolutely fantastic. Just being able to see some of the best Warzone players. And to be honest, that was really cool for us in terms of just the Predator Warzone series in its own right. Gave us an opportunity to put a spotlight on some of the individuals, the teams, and some of the plays that have been made throughout the series. It has been an absolute pleasure bringing up the conclusion of 8 weeks of epic Warzone action, with 20,000 Rand in cash being handed out. I want to say a big thank you to Predator Gaming for making this happen. It has been a huge effort from them, and just being able to support our local gaming scene is absolutely massive from their side of things. So a big shout out to the Predator family that have done so well to make sure that the community has some gaming to be able to participate in. So that being from my side, ladies and gentlemen, I do also want to say a big thank you, of course, to all the participants, the spectators, and anybody who has supported the Predator Warzone series. And last but definitely not least, to the diligent admin team from the ACGL side, both on socials, all the way to the admins making sure that the hosting of the lobby takes place. It has been a phenomenal effort from them, so well done to the ACGL family for making this one happen. And also, to every single one of the streamers, you guys have been so fantastic. Shout out to those who made it in week number 8, that being Fleeb Juice, Serenity, as well as Happy Gaming. Thank you for the entertainment today. From our side, it has been fantastic, but also thank you to all the streamers for putting a spotlight on this event. It has been a really different one, but one that I can't wait to see what happens when we switch over to the Cold War season. From myself, Nick Holden, and the rest of the ACGL family, we'll catch you on the next series. Cheers, everybody. Have a good one. Peace.
Just like a pill. Oh, yeah. Take you like a pill.
I can never ever find the right words, and there's no way this is real life. There's no telling you're the right girl, so I can only say that it feels right. It feels right, it feels right. Yeah, I can only say that it feels right. It feels right, it feels right. Yeah, I can only say that it feels right.